Good morning, everybody. This is Christy. I am the Intimate Warrior. I thank you so much for stopping by. And as always, I send you love. Today is October the 30th, and the moon enters into Taurus today. And I want to talk about that in relationship to what this full moon and what it's all about. A full moon is when the sun sits opposite of the moon, allowing the moon to shine in all of its glory. Which means that there is a balance between sun and moon energy. That is the focal point here. And the message for this full moon is, will you be able to see clearly? And in order to see clearly, we have to choose between light and dark, or the sun and the moon. The sun is about everything that we already know that is true and good, whether about ourselves or about the world. The moon is everything that has been kept hidden, not dealt with, not visible, and will continuously arise or come into our experience, our thoughts, our emotions, until we allow the true light of what it is to give us a better understanding. So there is this pull, or again, this choosing where you're standing concept. There is the masculine and the feminine, the sun and the moon. There is the fire and the water. There is the above and the below. That is being questioned here. And the above is categorized because we have Uranus here, which we are dealing with as well during this time. We also have Pluto during this time. And of course we have other planets that are in the mix here, which I'm not going to speak about because it's not in relationship fully to this message. Uranus is often called the planet associated with the heavens. Pluto is often called the planet that is associated with Hades, above and below. Above, we will have the crown, and below, we're going to, when we speak in terms of the body or energetically, below, we are talking about, again, those animalistic behaviors, the human desires, or lower level of consciousness thinking. Now, excuse me. Taurus is ruled by Mother Earth. Scorpio is a symbol of the underworld as well. Now, we all know, though, that Halloween is a time when the veil between worlds is thin. And now if you put that together with this message with the sun and the moon, Uranus and Pluto, above and below, it's kind of going to, it ties together. It makes complete sense. Now, there's a lot that I can really express here. I'm going to try and keep it as simple as I possibly can. Yet, I'd like to tie all this into what's going to approach in November. So I might make a little note here. So, sorry, I lost my spot here. Something that I wanted to make a note of is that I mentioned in one of my earlier videos this month is the Eye of the Bull, Aldebaran. And that again is where we are tapping into, of course, because we are dealing with Taurus and the ability to see clearly. Aldebaran again is associated with the blue rays, Archangel Michael, which is the guardian of the East. I'm going to point out the other guardians, excuse me. So the fixed star Regulus in the constellation of Leo is the north. The constellation of Aquarius is associated with the south. The heart of a Scorpio is associated with the west. And by the way, Aldebaran is the east, so you have all those, the cardinal cross. And this will tie into another video that I will make soon. So the Eye of the Bull, Aldebaran, is another, is often called the Eye of Revelation, as I mentioned in my previous video, or as the Buddha star, the God's eye, of course. I also wanted to pull out or mention this, of course, is associated with the pineal gland. And then the third eye. So throughout centuries, Aldebaran has been spiritually recognized for its alignment with divinity. It is the light of the head and the diamond, the consciousness of the Buddha, which was, of course, called the diamond eye, as I have already stated. And in the Bible it specifies, if thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. When we are able to transmute our desires into aspiration, darkness gives place to light and illumination. You know, the illumination process is more than, it of course has to do with light being present within your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, your light, the light moving throughout, or the spinal fluid moving throughout the brain and giving the brain full functionality. It is also the illumination of the body, of the heart. When you are choosing the greater experience. And we are going to be having that tug, fight, and pull between chaos and peace during this time, between the storm and the rainbow, between right and wrong, between the heart and the lower mind. And when we are able to choose the correct emotion, correct thought, we are illuminating ourselves, because we are therefore thinking correctly, feeling correctly, speaking and acting correctly. And it has nothing to do with another individual's choices. You have a chance on an everyday basis to choose the greatest experience. And I have actually had an experience to deal with already yesterday. And it's not easy to choose to do something right when someone else might be fighting against doing it that way. But you have to still ask yourself, who are you? What are you about? And what is it that you want in your life? And it will keep you in alignment. And you will still have this fight and pull because of the energies that are coming in right now. And will continue to be here for some time, for a few days here, because of the fight and the pull between the sun and the moon. And so I wanted to kind of tie in. We had Aries yesterday, which I told you is associated with pretty much the entire brain, but the ventricles of the brain. This is where that split has taken place. And now we were kind of allowing that merge to take place. And Taurus, again, is associated with the pineal gland when it is receiving light. And by our choices every day, we are allowing it to receive more light. When we choose our greatest experiences, we allow it to receive more light. Now, it's every astrological sign will come to play in different aspects of our body and create a symbol, if you will, like the Eye of Horus, of course, which the Eye of Horus is left and right eyes. And to me, that explains where that split came into view, of the left and the right side of the brain. And because the Eye of Horus is the great illumination, if you will, it's allowing you to see with both eyes clearly. Because both left and right side of the brain, the masculine and feminine side of the brain, has synced up together again, completing it and making it one in full illumination. And again, that's what this is about. The left and the right side of the brain uniting to sync up, to have a greatest experience. The above and below uniting and syncing up and having its greatest experience. The mind and the heart uniting and lining up and having its greatest experience. So that is what I am, where I'm going to kind of leave this off. I'm just not, I'm feeling okay, but I'm kind of not. It's been this way for a couple of days. I've been extremely tired again. Waking up full of energy, and then, within an hour or two, my energy is completely drained. Therefore, my mood is becoming a problem, an issue. I've been dealing with that, kind of a fight here, staying in alignment with my highest self on a daily basis still. I have been having that a fight between doing what's right here lately and staying in alignment with, again, my highest self. And I've been having that fight kind of experienced yesterday and this morning, and it's like a bunch of things are coming into my awareness, and I'm not liking it, and I'm doing my best here to stay in alignment with love. And it's a continuous reminder of ourselves. Like I said, who are you? Who do you want to be? And how do you want to feel? And you have a choice every second of the day at what takes place. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to have an experience where you don't blow up, because that's quite possible. But even in those blowing up moments, that outburst, quite possibly, you have a chance at correcting it. And then you also have a chance at not feeling guilty for what has taken place. Guilt is a negative emotion. We all know that, and it's also living in the past. You have to see whatever has come into your awareness, come into your experience as a part of a healing process, a part of a purging process. But if you're beating yourself up, or if you're not forgiving the entire situation, or even letting it go, and if it means that you have to apologize, by all means apologize, because this is for you. You apologize for yourself. You forgive for yourself. It's up to another individual or whatever is taking place to do that for themselves. But you, with your own life, you have this choice every single day when things arise and how it's going to play out later on. And it's all about you. It's all about you and you making the right choice. And that's basically what this full blue moon is. By the way, it's the blue moon, and I forgot to mention that, which hasn't taken place in 19 years. But it's also 2 full moons in 1 month. 2 full moons in 1 month. And I think it hasn't happened in longer than that. So it is significant, and there will be trials and tribulations. But the energy associated with it is integrity, which is, do you have the ability to see clearly and make the greatest choice as a result? This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.